All right, happy Friday, everybody. What's happening? Hope everybody's having a good week. It's that time of year. NRA's Great American Outdoor Expo. I got shenanigans going on in the background here. Just like every year, this time of year, doing a live show right here from our friends over at Digital Trigger. We appreciate their support throughout the years. We're going to have a special guest, maybe a few guests come on here a little bit later in the show. Starting it early this morning, and I'm on the cell phone, so I can't see if you leave a comment. Great, but I know we're starting early because we got a lot to do today. So we're going to dive right into it. I first want to talk about what this event's been like all week. 9 days. If you're an outdoorsman or woman, you like hunting, fishing, you like firearms, you like log cabins, you like hunting excursions, fishing excursions, what have you, they have it all here. There's over 60,000 square feet of, and there's like nine different exhibit halls up here, and it's a lot of fun, quite frankly. I've been here every day, with the exception of Tuesday, but it's great. You get to see a lot of things. So some of the things that we've done this week, there's some interviews that we've done, and you can find those interviews on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, look up Heroes Media Group or Heroes Media GRP, youtube.com/Heroes Media GRP, and you can see some of the interviews that we've done over the last couple of days there. We still got more that we'll be putting up. You've probably seen some on our Instagram channel if you guys are tracking over there as well. Some of the people we've got to talk to, Mission Outfitters, nonprofit organization that takes people in the outdoors, gets veterans in the outdoors, and they introduce people to Christ. I think it's one of the coolest things. They're here in Pennsylvania, kind of over on the west side near Pittsburgh. Newer organization. This is their first year here, and got to meet some of the guys there, and just phenomenal individuals. And I love what they're doing. So you can check them out. Mission Outfitters. SAS is another organization that we met up with. That's abbreviation, and I have that in the video. Nonetheless, they dress up in Western.
Single Action Shooter Society.
Say that again.
Single Action Shooter Society.
There you go. Single Action Shooter Society. Yeah. Gabe coming in for
they're also pretty sassy.
Yeah, they're very sassy. And I got to talk with Ruby yesterday. So they dress up in Western gear, and they go do Western shootouts and stuff all over. There's over 500 clubs worldwide on it. So that was pretty cool. Talked with Twisted Iron, who just happens to be one of our new network sponsors. Twisted Iron Hunting, excuse me. Spoke with Scott Johnson, Army veteran, founder of this. He created this bag. I'm going to hold it up here. And this bag, actually, it's got a nice thing. You wrap it around a tree. So if you're big-time archery, you climbing up the tree, you got to, hang crap everywhere, right? Well, you don't have to do that now. Now you have this bag. Flaps waterproof. You can put your hunting license, your cell phone and stuff on the inside here. And then it just flaps open, and then you got pockets here to put your calls in. It's got a pocket here for a water bottle and stuff, and now you can just hang it around the tree like so. Or if you're all you turkey hunters out there, this actually wraps around. I'm not going to show you my legs because they're ugly, but they wrap around your ankle, and you have stuff easy accessible to. So this was a really, really cool bag. I liked it. So it's called, there we go, Twisted Iron Hunting. It's good to have you back, bro.
Would you like some carrot,
no,
ginger,
I don't want
and turmeric?
Any of that stuff. That stuff is no.
This thing will get you going quicker
He
than
won't
HMG.
make it. I bet he doesn't make it through the whole show before he ends up leaving, if you know what I mean. That stuff is anyway. Also got to sit down with network sponsors Jim Neary. Jim Neary's live bait and tackle. They're down in the fishing hall Always a good time. We talked about they got a new bait out called Slab Savage. It's got a little, a lot for, the focus is on like crappie fishing for all you crappie hunters out there. Check it out, Slab Savage. It's got a beaver tail on it. That's pretty cool. Barry from Forget Genetics over in the archery hall. Forget Genetics, go over there. Love their product. You want to grow those big bucks or just keep deer and other animals in your yard, go check them out. Forget Genetics.
Or in your freezer.
Or in the freezer, that'd be another, yeah. And then there were several other companies that we've got to see. So this has been a fun show. I love this show. It's been a pretty good week all around, from what my understanding is by most of the vendors and stuff like that. Gabe and I have a few people that we got to go talk to today. So those of you that tune in, we're starting early. I know this is super early, and most of you will watch this, later today or throughout the weekend.
Never.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll drink to that, right?
Hopefully, my mom doesn't watch these things. I'm an embarrassment to her sometimes.
I almost forgot. There's that special thing that's happening this week. I say special, and I mean that in the most sarcastic way possible. But isn't the big game this weekend?
What big game?
That football game? Yeah.
Yeah, that's on Sunday.
Yeah, it's on Sunday.
We already know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
okay.
we already know. It's already scripted. So anyway, back to this NRA. First off, I want to give a shout out to the NRA for inviting us back this year, asking us to come back and be a part of. Yeah, they're like,
we've seen worse.
Yeah. So as I was saying earlier, those of you that are tuning in and that watch this, or if this is your first time seeing this guy, this is my friend Gabe. Gabe and I have been friends for just over a decade now, and we first met in Quantico, Virginia. I think it was the Modern Day Marine Expo.
Yeah,
I think was the first place that we met, and we just stayed friends ever since. He decided to continue to be friends, so it was good. But Marine Corps veteran, Army veteran, he's hit like all the branches because he's
neurodivergent.
Yeah, wasn't sure what he wanted to do.
Neurodivergent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of everything.
I got the ADHDs.
Let's go here. Try this one.
I've got total ADHD, career ADHD, life ADHD, you name it.
So, but
I've had more cars in my lifetime than an auto dealer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Typical military guy right there. More vehicles than you can imagine. Anyway, Gabe's also my go-to videographer.
Who's on there?
As well. That would be Heather Elizabeth. That's my little sister.
Oh, hey, little sis.
So like I said, Gabe, longtime friend. We're family. He knows my family.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I've met everybody in his family. We always have a good time when we're together. Like I said, probably the best videographer I know. Yeah, in the business. So he's bailed me out of a lot of stuff. So feel like talking about some topics. I picked some topics today.
What you got?
So the first one, I try to cover a little bit about stuff that you see in the news.
Ooh,
right.
Oh yeah.
And it's been pretty interesting the last couple of weeks, right? So I just picked a few.
Yeah.
So and this isn't like said. He doesn't know what I'm about to say.
I have no clue.
No clue.
And he has no clue what I'm going to say.
He needs a filter, and so I'm going out on a
Hello
limb.
from Arizona.
Who do we got here? Hello. How are you?
Morning.
Oh, Rob. That's my Uncle Rob. Navy
Rob.
veteran. He's a good dude.
What's up, Uncle Rob?
Good dude. Heather, good morning, sis. How are you? Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys jumping on.
I didn't even know you had a sister. He never told me he had a sister.
Yes, I did.
He's never told me that. I just want to let you know that. It's never been mentioned, not one time. He told me he was an only child.
He's already said he's got ADHD, and then
he literally just told me that he grew up in an orphanage, had no family, and now I've got an uncle and a sister that we're finding out.
You met my
about.
pop the other day.
Allegedly.
Anyway, so again, and real quick before we get into these, if you guys next year. This is 9 days of just pure bliss. So if you love the outdoors, this is the world's largest outdoor show.
Yeah.
9 days, and
Yeah.
it's been amazing. Definitely check this out for next year. This is a bucket list for people if you love the outdoors. This is the show you need to be. It's called the NRA's Great American Outdoor Show. It's held here, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Let's get into some of these topics. You have a clock on you too?
Clock?
Keep track of it, or watch, whatever.
Yeah, it's 8:59.
All right, cool.
We're on time.
All right, good. We're right on time. So again, Gabe doesn't know what we're about to talk about, so I'm going to throw these out.
Okay.
And let's get your opinion. And just
on,
remember,
I feel like I need to
yeah, and we're starting to get a crowd coming in here a little bit.
I feel like I need to be like studious here.
Okay. So the first one is U.S. aid breakdown. Your tax dollars at work. All right. So the suspension of the U.S. aid's activities has led an immediate impact on media organizations globally. Media organizations on a global
This
scale.
guy's driving a tank.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, hold on. You guys got to see this.
This is why I can't.
Look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to be rude. Morning.
More, sir.
Good. An Army veteran driving a tank.
Yeah.
Cab guy,
That's
too.
pretty good. Yeah. Oh, it fits.
Yeah, he's a cab guy. Got his own tank. I want one of those.
Hey, can we get back to the show now?
It's your show, bro. Good grief, man. Guy's driving a tank.
So the U.S. aid breakdown. All right, here's some of the things that they were talking about. So this was on the news. $270 million to support independent media, including Politico.
Politico.
Yeah. $270 million.
That's good money.
$20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq.
That'll really blow up.
That's your tax dollars in Iraq.
Yeah.
Sesame. $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt.
Yeah, that seems necessary.
4.5. I mean, last time I checked, you could just go to Egypt and see the pyramids and stuff like that. I don't know. That's maybe just me. 4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Well, you know, to be fair, Borat really screwed that country up. I mean, let's just be honest, right? Like, nobody'd ever heard of Kazakhstan until
It's
Borat.
nice.
It's very good.
2.5 million to promote DEI in Serbia.
Now, that I could get down with.
Right.
Let's screw
yeah.
up Serbia.
Yeah. Let's. And then we got 2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
That's a
That's
real problem
important.
down there.
Yeah.
That's a real problem
I
down
like
there.
to know that taxpayer dollars is going to help sex changes in a completely different country.
What about the $50 million for condoms in Gaza?
Well, we're getting there.
Okay. That's my favorite one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
70,000 for DEI musical in Ireland. Now,
A DEI musical.
DEI musical.
DEI musical.
It didn't say, but I'm wondering, does that include like the Lord of the Dance with that?
I don't understand
as
what
well.
DEI musical. How do you do a DEI musical?
I don't know. But the other here's one of my favorites is 32,000 for a trans comic book in Peru.
A trans comic book.
Yeah. Trans.
Yeah, transmissions.
Yeah.
Like for your car.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Trannies.
Yeah, autos.
Yeah. A car comic book. A transmission comic book.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's wild.
now
How do we get some of this money?
yeah,
for
this
something
is
stupid?
this is it. Well,
Oh, you know what? You know, it'd be a great.
some people would say this is like a money
Let me see this.
laundering.
Is there-
thing, I think I don't know.
Is there anything on here about homeless veterans?
No.
Or
No.
You know.
You don't see anything here in America. Maybe the
Not-
political
nothing.
because that's
So
like an
let's just do a
anti-Trump
quick-
thing.
have you done the math
but
on this?
No.
Okay.
It's a lot of freaking money.
That's
It's
270.
It's a lot of money.
290. That's 300 and almost $40 million
Yeah.
right there.
No. 40 million just in that.
It's over
300
340 million.
Yeah. So, however, the notion of independent media becomes questionable when taxpayer dollars are funneled into outlets that may push narratives favorable to the U.S. government's foreign policy interests. You don't say. Anyway, I look at
I
these
don't know.
numbers. I'm wondering why we're spending all of this money outside of the U.S. when we could be spending here.
Because, see, that money goes outside the U.S. and then it gets dumped back into the politicians' accounts.
Right.
Look at AOC.
Well,
Literally makes no money, and then all of a sudden she makes a bunch of
you
money.
You can't. But we're live. You can't say that.
Oh, And the Rockefellers don't have anything to do with either, or the Rothschilds.
I'm going to get unalived here.
You're going to Clinton yourself. That's what you're going to end up doing.
All right, next up. Here's one. You're going to love this one. You guys are going to love this one. NCAA agrees to revisit transgender guidelines.
Oh.
I'm not sure what there is to visit on this one. Like, here's the thing. If you were born with male parts,
Yep.
don't play female sports.
That seems pretty logical. Yeah.
And here's the thing, because they're talking about after President Donald Trump signed an executive order prohibiting transgender athletes from women's sports, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, NCAA, President Charlie Baker said the organization would comply.
Oh, how novel.
No, great. The NCAA, there's 1,100 colleges and universities in all 50 states that enroll more than 530,000 student athletes across the country. The NCAA Board of Governors is reviewing the executive orders and will take necessary steps to align the NCAA policy in the coming days. Here's the one thing I like. We stand ready to assist schools as they look for ways to support any student athletes affected by the changes in the policy. Well, what's the change? Dudes can't play female sports.
Yeah.
Period.
No period.
There you have it.
That's
folks.
why they can't play.
Guys should not be playing women's sports.
That's true.
It's plain and simple. And if you're a guy, and listen, start a co-ed league. That's the only. I mean, that where I would see it would be all right.
If somebody asks you what you want for dinner and you know the answer to that, you can't play women's sports. Okay, that's all there is to it.
All right, moving on. I'm gonna get calls. Here's a new one. New York, Oklahoma bill require healthcare practitioners to provide ingredients, an ingredient list of vaccines that they give. Oh, yeah. I think this is actually pretty.
You should definitely know what's inside there.
Right.
Let me tell you, when we just had a kid, right?
Yeah.
And they have a vitamin K shot that you have to give the kid because if you're going to get a circumcision done, like there has to be a vitamin K shot. It coagulates the blood because the human blood doesn't coagulate until 8 days later.
Right.
Which is why the Jewish people actually have a guy, like a specific rabbi, that comes 8 days later and does the circumcision. Very interesting. But what's interesting about that is that when I asked them what was in the vitamin K shot, they said, oh, well, we offer a preservative-free vitamin K shot as well, but you have to sign a waiver to get that. And I'm thinking, so you've got one that's full of aluminum and garbage and all these things I don't need.
Right.
But then you have one that I can...
That's all natural.
That's all natural.
And I got to sign a waiver
for the most
that.
part. But I have to request it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we just be using it?
Or was it offered to you, or did
No,
you have to
I had
ask?
to actually
Right,
ask.
so you got to ask for it. So
Yeah.
they don't want to give it
No.
money there. But anyway, this healthcare providers would also instruct patients on how they must report an adverse side effect.
I just realized that I outed my
this.
son for being circumcised, and he's 5 weeks old. Sorry, bud, if you watch this in 5, 6 years, 10 years, whatever it is.
Yeah. Way to go, Dad.
Oh, well.
So I think this is good news.
No, that's great. That's better than, 270 million.
Moving on. We're moving quickly here.
Oh. See, this is why I don't do this show.
Why?
Because you want to move too fast, and I want to talk about it.
What else do you want to talk about?
You got lots of subjects here. You're just jamming through them. Like,
no.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
you
ahead.
may.
Just jamming through these subjects here.
Well, I mean, the NCAA one,
Okay,
that
all right.
one's pretty...
All right, that was pretty cut and dry. Go ahead.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hey, have a good
Take
one.
care, man.
Appreciate you.
So, all right, what
People
else
are
you got?
starting to walk in,
We got-
waving, asking for autographs. We'll sign autographs later, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Morning to you. Next one. I really like this one. Attorney General Pam Bondi halts federal funding to sanctuary cities.
That's smart. That's smart. If you want to allow people to come into this country illegally and you're going to harbor a criminal, which, by the way, is a crime in itself, you don't need to be getting paid.
I think we need to go back to states running their own and the federal government staying out of everything. But that being said, in this case,
you're going to have to go back to 1864.
The states are getting money from the federal government, so the federal government should have a say on what they're going to give the money to and whatnot, right?
Well, yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
I think this is a great move. people, here's the thing. This is a lot of people, and I've seen it on social media. I've got friends on both sides of the aisles. Some are very upset about what's been going on with Elon Musk and Doge and going in. And here's the thing. In order for us to start over and get rid of the crap that's been going on for the last 40 plus years, 30, 40 years, the corruption, some call it the deep state, we have to do things that we haven't done before to clean things up so we can get back on the right track.
Right. And people are, I think, misguided on what's happening, right? So Doge, great name. I own tons of it, by the way. Hopefully it spikes because we could use that. But the thing that people are missing is that the Department of Government Expenditures, is that what it is?
Yeah.
They're not creating what we should spend our money on. They're simply pointing out what we've been spending our money on and saying, hey, this is pretty ridiculous. This does not help the American people or our direct allies at all.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're outlining. They're finding the wasted money that has been circumventing our system and rolling into foreign accounts and coming right back into the pockets of the politicians. So anybody that has a problem
Some
with...
call that money laundering.
Yes, it is money laundering if you're a regular citizen.
Yeah. But if you're a politician...
If you're a politician, that's just good business.
It's good business.
So...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what people don't understand. Like, I see people getting all upset and butthurt because they're like, oh, Elon Musk is telling us what to do with our money. No, Elon Musk is telling you what we've been doing with our money. And he's pointing out a jacked up system.
And here's the easiest way to see who's affected by it the most are the politicians that are getting really, really pissed off.
Oh yeah, they're getting their money taken away
by it, like Elizabeth Warren or Pocahontas, and then you got old tricky Chuck Schumer up in New York. There's a few others out there. I call them out just because they were on the news the other night complaining about it. But it's. I
just want to know how AOC made $29 million being a politician. That's all.
I thought that was from bartending.
Good tips. Yeah, she should be happy because Trump's trying to fix the tip thing.
What kind of bar she's at? Anyway, I just it's one of those things like things. This is a process, and whether you like it or not, it's you want to say it's going to get better. That's Rich LaMonica, Big Rich from Misfit Nation podcast.
Oh, okay.
Good dude.
I thought maybe it was another one of your family members I've never heard about.
No. All right, anyway, so, and I really like this new Attorney General. She's really she's kind of a bulldog.
I'll tell you, it always. Trump is probably one of the biggest woman haters in the world, and he keeps employing all these women into these powerful positions. And so it's a mind-boggling thing to sit there and go, oh, he hates women, and then he puts all these women in positions of power, and he has women like Tulsi Gabbard, directly involved in things. Who, by the way, I watched for years, and I was like, Tulsi, what we got here?
Jennifer, you're Jennifer.
My daughter's watching too.
Rich, what's up?
I don't know.
I got everybody.
Hey,
good morning, guys. Appreciate you guys jumping. Make sure you share this because we got all of this and that.
Yeah.
And they'll find a way to.
I'm just glad that I could make Adam's dream come true today and be on his show. I know listen, it's been a year. This is the part of the year where I look forward to him just jumping on and completely derailing his entire conversation.
Completely effing everything up.
Hey, my daughter's watching.
I said F. I didn't say I wasn't.
She knows what that means.
Freaking it up. Fouling it up.
Yeah, it's a good gun term.
That's what it means. Uncle Adam didn't mean anything by it. We're just joking. Anyway. But I like this. I like this new Attorney General.
Yeah.
This last one.
Okay.
Where we
are we at on time? It's only 9:13.
I know we're doing really good, but we started 20 minutes early.
Yeah, I gave you an extra 20 minutes for derailments.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This just in, as in last night. Democrat launches effort to impeach Trump.
Again?
Yeah. So here's the funny thing about this. Not like funny ha-ha, right? But it's like they're 2 weeks in. It's like they actually waited longer this
Mark,
time, I
what's
think.
up, brother?
Mark, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so I think they waited a little longer this time around,
Right.
for the impeachment process. So,
Right.
Representative Al Green, wasn't he a singer?
Yeah, Al Green, yeah.
That's not the same one. Same
Yeah,
one?
Al Green. I don't think it's the same guy.
No, not the Al, but Al Green.
Al Green was a singer.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's what I
sure.
thought.
That was somebody's birthday. Don't they know we're doing this right now? This is rude. These people, they do not care.
Well, there you go.
Good.
Hey,
All
happy
right, well,
birthday!
that's
It's
over.
Somebody's
Yeah.
birthday over
I hate
in
to
the
break it
booth
to you that
over
that
there.
happens every year. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. We get people. We haven't had any streakers yet, though.
Yeah, no streakers, thankfully.
Yeah. All right.
Mostly
so,
because I'm sitting in the chair.
wow, that's true too. So Al Green out of Texas announced that he introduced articles of impeachment against President Trump for his proposal of takeover in Gaza. That's what it says.
Oh, man.
So it must be true.
Oh, man.
The U.S. will take over Gaza, dismantle unexploded bombs, level destroyed buildings, and create jobs and housing, Trump stated. He said, we'll do the real job, something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when asked if U.S. troops would be sent to Gaza, Trump said, quote, if necessary, we'll do that, end quote. He described Gaza as a potential Riviera of the Middle East, where world people could reside, including Palestinians. But because he said that,
Okay, let me just
because he
digest
said that,
this here.
they want to impeach him.
Al Green, a Democrat of Texas. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, Green said, adding that the ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. Well, I'd love to see the ethnic cleansing proof. First off,
Yeah.
I think the only time we've seen ethnic cleansing in our recent history has been Hitler.
Yeah.
That was probably the only time we've had real ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That we know of.
That we know of. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things happening
In
in foreign
Africa
countries.
and stuff like
Africa
that,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, look at South Africa.
Yeah.
You know, the white farmers and ranchers have been getting literally murdered for their land. You know, and pushed out of South Africa. I know multiple guys that live here now because of that.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Well, you know why they won't talk about it. The problem is they won't talk about it because
we're not sending 50 million in
because
condoms
because
over
the
there.
U.S. aid breakdown is not that
Oh,
wasn't.
that's
I
it.
don't see South Africa on that list.
See-
So
What's it say now?
it says Ren shows up live in places.
Bro, you gotta track me down, dude. Like if I'm like Waldo.
We just happen to cross paths.
I'm like Waldo, bro.
No, but we do this show. This is what, our third year now
I think so.
doing this show at this
Something
time
like
here.
that.
So anyway, so that's it for those are all the ones that I what are you doing?
I'm drinking my carrot, ginger, and turmeric.
Anyway, Morning, how you doing?
Not an official sponsor, but the Knutson family from Chico, California. This is their product. So thanks to the Knutson family for putting this on the shelves at the Giant
And if you
Market.
watch this, you'd like to sponsor Heroes Media Group, please reach out and let us know.
This is literally from Chico, California. And if you'd like to comment and tell them how great their products are, you can call them at 888-569-6993.
All right, let's get into some of the shows here because we got stuff going on here and we got other people that we got to go meet. Those of you that are watching this morning, please make sure you share. If you want to go check out, if you haven't done so already, please go check out our new website, heroesmediagroup.com. Absolutely love it. New content up, different layout, great feel, in my opinion. They're not here, but the guys from Fin Tactical are around here the last couple of...
Fin Tactical or Effin Tactical?
Fin Tactical.
Fin
Tactical. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I've been wondering about that.
Fin Tactical. So shout out to Fin Tactical. I had dinner with those guys the other day. Great group of guys, and they did a fantastic job on the Heroes Media Group website, and then they're also going to be doing our sister company, HMG Beverage, here pretty soon as I thought maybe
Those
that was
guys are
them
great.
as well.
No.
Great dudes.
Lots of high fives. Lots of them.
Yeah. Got to give a shout out to some of our new sponsors recently from the farm. My buddy AJ Richards from the farm. If you are looking for like a local rancher that you can purchase direct from the farm, go to fromthefarm.com or fromthefarm.org, and you'll find a rancher in your location. If you know one and they're not on there, please go and tell the farmer and rancher to get on this website. You're skipping the middle guy. I don't buy meat at the store anymore. We got a local rancher here in Pennsylvania that we deal directly with. We know what's in the meat. We know how it's raised. I've been to the ranch several times. So from the farm, check them out.
Just jumping on that real quick, that just sparked my Joel Salatin, who's out of Virginia. He's a huge regenerative farmer. They call him the pastor of pork. He's got this huge pedigree as a holistic, all-natural, regenerative farmer. I mean, he even was a consult to the Queen of England at one point, teaching them how to do things. Chick-fil-A hired him at one point to teach them how to do things. But what's interesting is he is now part of the committee overseeing the FDA under RFK.
Oh, really?
Oh, huge deal. Cool. Because Joel Salatin's a big deal.
And we need that.
Oh,
we need that. You know what's funny? You talk about regenerative agriculture and stuff like that. There's farmers in the Middle East that are doing regenerative ag.
Oh,
now.
Dude.
So it's like you're taking the desert.
Yep.
And then within a year, as little as a year, they're cultivating the desert and it's growing grass, and so these small oases are coming.
Funny story.
Can you imagine if we did that? Arizona, up in the high desert, southern part of Utah, California, in the desert areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Funny story about regenerative farming in the Middle East. Well, technically, I guess Afghanistan's more like South Asia, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're in Afghanistan once, right? And I'm watching on the FLIR cam. I'm checking things out, looking all over the place. I see this guy walking.
Yeah.
He's coming down the road, right? And this is, we're in a part of the country that is pretty good in farmland. Well, anyway, he's walking down the road and he stops. He's down. He's on the side of the road. He's doing something, right? I don't know what he's doing, but he's just right on the side of the road. Yeah. Right. So I call the gunner, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, keep an eye on this guy. Like, check him out. What's he doing?" And he's like, "I think he's planting an IED." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's call it in." So we start getting ready to call this thing in, and I'm thinking, "Great, we're gonna have to smoke this dude, right?" Guy gets up and walks away, and on my FLIR cam, there's a little white hot spot. Right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to go in the field to regeneratively farm, right? But he decided to regeneratively farm on the side of the road, right? And he almost got smoked for it. You don't understand what I'm saying? He was going to the bathroom. Yeah. So in the fields in Afghanistan, they go into the field. Well, this was a lazy guy, apparently.
Yeah, did it
he
right
to go
on the
in
road.
the field. He did on the side of the road.
I may have done that in Iraq.
Oh, I did that in Afghanistan. I had a whole cordon around me just so I could go poop.
Sometimes that local food, you got and I was a truck driver, so sometimes you just get in between the tires and Anyway, that's another story. You guys don't need to.
360 security.
Yeah, anyway,
regenerative farming in the Middle East and Southeast Asia could be detrimental to your health.
That's true. We are at war with our food sovereignty, and now things are starting to change with that. So please go check out From the Farm. Veterans out there, pay attention to this. If you're having trouble with your VA claims and whatnot, please go to vaclaimbuilder.com. vaclaimbuilder.com. I just had an interview with Ranger Johnson is his name. It's from the Decision Hour. We'll be talking about that here in just in a couple of minutes. But VA Claim Builder, love what we're doing here at HMG. Wanted to sponsor the network for the rest of this year, so that's what we're doing here. And we got some teenager over there playing with
that is a 60-year-old man.
The duck toy
on it
over there. And then of course we want to welcome our newest sponsor to the network, Twisted Iron Hunting. Spoke with Scott Johnson yesterday, and here's the bag. Those of you that are just joining us, Twisted Iron Hunting. This is a great bag, and you got to check them out.
Would you call that a satchel?
Could be.
Would you wear that like a purse? Or
Oh
would you
yeah,
just
no.
carry it
This
around?
is this. I wear it just like this. I wear it
like
like
that.
this. Yep. And then what you could do though is when you're like if you're archery hunting and you get up into your stand. Usually you're hanging. You know, you get your deer call, you get your binos.
Right.
Everything fits right here. So you carried it up.
Yeah.
You get in your stand. Take this off. It's got a nice clip here.
Yeah.
Great clip. Clip it around the tree, and now you flip this open. And now you have access to all of you got your calls, you got water, you got everything else, your cameras, your phone, everything else you need is right here. And the front part of this right here, it's waterproof and it keeps everything else waterproof.
And if you don't hunt, but you work at the men's room,
Yeah.
you could actually have your colognes and your different mints and things in the men's room to offer to people.
It's
you could wear it around your waist and offer it as the
Scott,
men's.
if you watch this, he's a Marine.
It's a really nice bag. I mean, I'm thinking
I love it.
I could actually use this in the camera stuff. You know, like
no doubt. You got
I could tuck
extra batteries and stuff
all
like
sorts
that.
of stuff in there.
So
It's a nice bag.
all right, let's. What do we got on time?
Yeah, no disrespect, Scott. I just like the bag.
And he's got different ones, so he's got different patterns on these.
not-
Look,
hold on,
that up,
what's
hold
it
that
say?
up close.
Don't walk or climb with bag attached to leg. That's
Yeah.
good advice.
Yeah.
That's a good disclaimer.
Meaning somebody has done that,
Somebody has definitely done that if you put it on the bag.
and it didn't go well for them.
Yeah.
Great bag.
That's a great pattern,
Because
too.
here's the other thing. I told them, I was explaining. I
like the camo.
You know, I do a lot of fishing, right? I'm an amateur angler, I would say at best. I was like, I want something where I can get in and like get tackles.
Sure.
Very easily.
Dude,
Right? Now
these
now
are
I got it.
perfectly sized for grenades, by the way. Yeah, I'm just saying, if you wanted a go bag for overseas, there's a good bag right there. That bag's got multiple uses.
Check them out.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Twisted Iron Hunting. Go check them out. Get yours today. All right, let's get into some of the shows here. Again, folks, you can check out all the shows, heroesmediagroup.com. Heroesmediagroup.com. We are live here right now, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, for the NRA's Great American Outdoor Show.
We're going to be doing this right here all day, so if you want to come and see us while we're live.
Yeah. Come on down.
Yeah, come hang out.
If you're in the Pennsylvania area, Harrisburg, come up. This is a show that you have to go. And we're going to do, like I said earlier, those of you that are just joining us, had the opportunity, did some videos the last couple of days. Jim Neary's live bait and tackle. Jim's on, I see right now. Jim, appreciate you, brother. He's down at the fishing hall.
Cool.
We did
We need to get down there.
Twisted Iron Hunting with Scott Johnson yesterday, interview with him.
That's
Sass.
a good, strong name, Scott Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it was funny because I know another Scott Johnson. Not the same guy.
I feel like I know a Scott Johnson, too.
Yeah.
It's a good, strong name.
Yeah. Who else do we have? We did. My mind just went blank here.
I don't know. That's what I'm good at. Look,
Yeah,
so
you do that.
I got a TV show that I've been working on.
Fish or Die Bait Company.
Oh, see, he doesn't care.
Fish or Die Bait Company. That's another one. So anyway, shout out to Taylor, another veteran-owned company there. That's a great. Well, let's talk about that.
Well, the Fish or Die?
No.
Oh, the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Bring that up.
Not too far from here, shameless plug. Not too far from here is a town called Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Gilbertsville.
And
beautiful area.
Yeah, great spot. And so we've got a TV show that's going to be coming out. It's a reality show called Flipping Farms.
It comes out next month, right? Maybe.
Tentatively, it's coming out this year.
Gotcha.
We're dealing with Warner right now and trying to figure out when they want to release it the best.
Gotcha.
And so we got a distribution agreement through an aggregator, and an aggregator is basically someone who finds shows, signs them to a deal, and gets them placements.
Gotcha.
And so we've
So
got
now
a deal.
they're just trying to figure out the placement?
No, we have the placement. We're trying to find the timing of the placement. Gotcha. So it's a show called Flipping Farms. You can look it up. If you just type in Flipping Farms, it'll pop right up. It's a father-daughter, Jeff and Rachel, and they're hilarious.
Them. Yeah. Hysterical together.
So they buy an entire farm, and then they renovate the entire farm throughout the whole season. And so I was privileged enough to be brought onto the show originally by the Saylor brothers, who I've worked on some great stuff recently. His Only Son, great film that was in theaters for a little while. Marine actually is the one that made that movie. The Sailors were involved in that. Well, they brought me on, and then eventually I ended up producing and directing the show itself. And so it's a great show.
I remember I came up and visited you.
You did?
And got to meet everybody up there on set one day.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That was a one-time occurrence.
Yeah.
We didn't invite him back.
No. They didn't want me to take over, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time he just wouldn't shut up, and he kept interrupting me and not letting me get through my talking points. So
now we can end the scene here, but if we just go...
yeah, Adam just steps right. All right, cut.
Oh, hold on a second. Hey, can you turn this way just a little bit?
Can we try that again, guys?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that.
Yeah.
Some of that wasn't good, but...
So,
no,
there's my son. Come here.
Bring him in. Come
here.
on.
Come here, pop in here.
Come here and say hello.
Pop in here. Look.
Look at this handsome devil. Look at him.
There's some genetics here.
Yeah.
This is my kid.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Good dude. Say hi to the people.
Say hey.
Hello, people.
He's very, very direct. A little bit on the spectrum, I think.
Love this kid.
Definitely on the spectrum.
So, but there's a new thing happening here.
Come on.
I won't embarrass him.
Where'd you go, bud?
Yeah, did you go say hi? Have you?
Yeah.
She is now. Have you made the rounds?
Look at
There's a goof. Look at that smile.
Hey, breathe. Stop turning red.
Yeah,
You're good.
You're good. Just take a breath.
Confidence.
Just say hi.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Poor kid.
Turns out somebody else brought their kid to work too. It's a girl, by the way.
Anyway, you guys do the math on that one. Good times.
Yeah.
No, you did good with that one.
He's a good kid.
Good kid.
Good kid. I literally couldn't take all the credit for that.
Yeah.
So his mom is a huge part of the way that he is.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Well, let's get into some of the shows and the podcasts here. Again, folks, heroesmediagroup.com. If you're watching this or you know somebody that has a podcast looking to get some more exposure out there, please send them our way. We are taking on new shows right now. You can email us at media@heroesmediagrp.com or just send us a message right here through Facebook or social media, whatever channel you're watching us from this
What
morning.
are you on? What all are you on? Like Instagram?
We're on every platform. We're on the gram.
Yeah. Does this go out to all of them
YouTube.
at once?
Today?
Yeah. What are we
No,
on right
not
now?
today we're on the Facebook, but this will go out to the other platforms when I get home later. So usually, like I'm in the home office,
right.
It'll go to like several platforms simultaneously.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Didn't do that today.
I see that.
Let's talk about some of the shows here. True Patriot Outfitters with their Doc Talk podcasts. This week they catch up with fellow team New Canoe member Mr. Daniel Melby, and they talks about some of the they talk fishing, everything fishing, and what's going on at New Canoe. True Patriot Outfitters is a nonprofit organization out there in Colorado. Gene Campbell, great guy. Everything fishing. It's just an awesome show. I love it, love it, love it. They usually go live every Tuesday night. You can find them at True Patriot Outfitters on social media, or you can watch the show live right here on HMG. Next up, we got the Strategic Veteran. Mr. Adam Peters is the host, Army veteran there. Good dude. This week, part 2 of their Hidden Bridge series, where we expose uncomfortable truths about military transition that have been hidden in plain sight for over 50 years.
But not that kind of transition.
No, not that kind. Like
No,
this transition, to be
it's really
clear.
sad that we have to explain that. I mean, to be honest with you. Like when I hear like transition.
We got color commentary today. That's
transition, or I hear the word tranny. I don't think of a car anymore. I don't think of transitioning like career transitioning. Now I have to go, well, what do you mean by that? So anyway, this is going to be good. Now that we understand what we're talking about.
Now that we understand. For those that might have a question on what we're talking about, transitioning from the military into the civilian sector.
That's really a tough thing to do.
It's not easy.
It's super hard.
The military is slowly... When did you get out?
Oh, man.
What year?
Feels like prison, right? Like, when did you get out?
Yeah. How long you been
Hey,
out?
how long were you down for?
Hey.
How long were you down for? How many spider webs you got? No, I got out officially in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the thing with getting out, I think this is where we, and to dip into a topic that is, near and dear to our hearts is, the depression and the veteran suicide and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason a lot of that takes place is not because of all of the the PTSD and the things the guys have been through.
fine.
It's actually because they lose who they are. They lose their identity.
It's trying to find a purpose.
Right,
after.
right.
And here's the thing, and you guys have heard me say this before, is like when you make that transition out, usually they say on average it takes like 3 years before you really find what it is that you're wanting to do. If you can start a transition prior to ETSing out of the military, what you want to do, find out what your purpose is. You have to have a purpose,
Right.
And I encourage those that are transitioning out of the military, get involved with other veteran organizations. Pick one. There's hundreds.
a lot.
There's like hundreds of thousands of them now. But find something. And for me, it was like I did a horsemanship class for a little while with some vets. That was cool. I'm an outdoors guy. I find peace in the outdoors.
Yeah. Not me.
Except when I'm golfing. That's another thing. But like hunting, fishing. I like being in the outdoors. So naturally, I draw towards those types of organizations,
Sure.
And whatnot as well. And it's all about if you can volunteer, then you're helping your brothers and sisters that have to make that same. Here's the point is you're not doing it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? So,
You guys want the same thing as me.
well, glad he got the memo. Anyway, so this week the strategic veteran spoke with Thomas McKenzie. And special guest Matt Lasher, a 20-year Marine Corps veteran.
Oh, there we go.
And a former regional executive recruiting trainer. So,
wow.
talking about transitioning out of the military
Yeah.
and what you can do now and what they are doing now. Great show, strategic veteran. Check it out. Next up, we got the Homefront Sitrep podcast. They do a couple of shows each week. This one that we're going to talk about today is Cold Dead Hands, Mr. Dustin Collins. Dustin
spicy.
Collins, 2017. This was his breakthrough hit. He was a Defiant Pro Second Amendment anthem, suggests the Kentucky-based country singer, Dustin Collins.
Okay.
Yep, country singer. In fact, Collins grew up in a musical household where his father played with his uncle in an active recording group. So you get to know more about Dustin
That sounds cool.
this week. What do we have here? Mark
Let's
saying
check that out.
something. In an easy track in the military. Look at the fact that we have to lean in like this. Are we old or what? Mark makes a good point there. Thank you, Mark.
Well, let's
Appreciate
just
that.
be honest here. The text is like 4.
Right.
It's a 4.
Well, and you're old.
I'm not old.
As old as me, but he's old.
Yeah.
Who's got
Wait,
the glasses?
how old
Who
are
doesn't? That's not. That's
No,
not
no,
important.
okay,
Homefront
okay.
Sit Rep
What year were you
podcast.
born?
70. I'll be 47 next month.
Yeah, I'm older than. Wait, no, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not.
Wait a minute. How old am I? I was born in '78,
Yeah, but what month?
July.
Yeah, so I'm older than you by a few months.
All right. Don't give me no crap.
Homefront Sit Rep podcast. They're talking with Dustin Collins, country music singer, veteran. This was a really cool episode. Good singer. Like, if you haven't checked him out, go check it out. Homefront Sit Rep
that sounds
podcast.
cool.
Next up, we got the JMac podcast down there in just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. He sits down with Air Force veteran Daryl Peach. They dive into his path leading through his military service, and then they talk about his channel's
Pull it out there.
passion to cultivating plants in the Arizona desert, his work as a micro photographer, and a cannabis culture enthusiast.
A micro photographer. Look, another guy. One of
Yeah.
the same thing as me.
Hey,
A micro photographer.
Micro
What does that
photographer.
mean? Is he like a little guy?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a puppy. Yeah.
You're a puppy.
Yeah, he's a puppy.
Who's a puppy?
You.
Me,
So
I'm
go
a
check
puppy.
out JMac podcast. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Good show, Josh. Next up, Patriots Inside the Wire every Tuesday night from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tracy Two Steps, Gold Star Mother, puts on a great show. She's also doing some music stuff. She's been writing some songs. You can find that stuff out as well. Follow her at Patriots Inside the Wire on Facebook.
She seems like a real sweet lady.
She is. She's a nice lady. Next up, we got Bump in the Road. This week, Dr. Jennifer Nash is a business leadership consultant and author.
The timing of that was impeccable. You say the bump in the road, and then that
it's just
thing's going by with a wheel.
Yeah. It's
right?
what it's. I saw it coming, so I figured.
It was a good setup.
Thank you. She's the author of a guide for leaders who aspire to create more empathetic, connected, and high-performing teams. Her action steps to develop rational skills that are vital for modern leadership. So the book that she's written is for business leaders, but it's applicable to anybody in life. Great book. Check it out. Bump in the Road podcast this week.
That sounds interesting.
It's a good one. Pat does amazing shows. Yeah, it's just amazing. She's got
up on the list here.
Incredible story.
The Arms Room.
Arms Room show. That is the OG of HMG.
Yeah.
Right there. Arms Room show. Love talking about these guys.
Oh,
what are they talking about this week, Gabe?
Going over an intro to dirt medicine. What that means and why you need to learn more about it.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Great show.
Like all natural stuff. That's great.
All natural. Dirt
Yeah.
medicine.
Hey,
how to battle a wound.
if you're ever out in the wild and that HMG coffee starts hitting you and you don't have the old white paper, find a fern. It is nature's toilet paper. It is the softest thing you'll ever find in your life, and it is almost therapeutic. I've been hunting a few times with some HMG in my can. You know what I'm saying? He's speechless at this
You
point.
done?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Can we get back to the shows?
Yeah, dude.
Next up, we got Misfit Nation podcast. This week, our man Rich LaMonica. Rich, you still on? Give me a thumbs up if you're still on, Rich. He's probably at work.
Rich, are you?
Yeah,
Don't text and drive.
He welcomed Dr. Fred Moss, a board-certified psychiatrist, mental health advocate, and a transformative coach with over 40 years of experience. Dr. Fred is the visionary behind Welcome to Humanity and the True Voice course. That looks pretty cool. He's also the author of Creative 8, Healing Through Creativity and Self-Expression. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
Good
too.
episode. Check it out. It's called Misfit Nation Podcast.
What's that?
Heather says she's not. Yeah.
Is that your?
That's my sister.
The one I've never met before.
The one
Or
you've
heard
never
of.
met before. Yeah. I keep my friends away from her.
You keep your friends away from
Keep
her?
my friends away from my sister. Yeah.
Well, that's a good plan.
I'm protective of my sister.
Well, you
Ain't
should
that
be.
right, sissy? You got it. There you go. Shout out to my little sis. All right, next up we got Label Free Podcast. Love this one.
Yep,
Deanna. This week, high performance and mindset coach Jenny Jont specializes in helping entrepreneurs and sales professionals achieve prosperity. She's got over 15 years in the career, physical therapy, and becoming a coach. And then she discusses the importance of mindset and achieving success and how it can be led to improvements not only in business, but in your personal relationships as
next?
well. Next one, go ahead and read this one. Mark, this one's for you, bro.
We can skip this one. Let's just skip this. Okay, real quick. People's Patriot Project, yada, yada. Next. Next.
Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. They do a show a couple nights a week.
Right. I literally am the only reason that show ever gets started. You know that, right?
No, it's not.
It's my job to go onto that show and tell them to roll. It's my job to go on there and literally tell them, all right, go ahead and start it up.
Mark, what do you say about this?
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. That's my job.
Yeah.
I go on there.
Or you should be asking Andrea, right?
There's Andrea. Andrea's really the one. But no, I do. It's my job to go on there and say, okay, guys, let's get going.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's get back to this. Boom. He said,
Told you.
we got your 6 at 6 with People Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They also do a couple other shows during the week. They have a kind of like a weekly wrap-up. And for the life of me, Mark, I'm sorry, I forget the name of it. Debrief, weekly debrief. WP3 Radio. Their show, they get a lot of singers on there, veteran singers. Yeah. They do like a round table. I really like the format of the show. And they've been quite frankly, they're one of the HMG originals as well.
Debriefing is actually also the only safe way to make sure you don't have men using women's sports, playing in women's sports.
By doing a debrief?
Yeah. That's the only safe way. Doctors, of course, guided.
Can we get back to the show?
Go ahead, man.
All right, the People's
It's your show, dude.
the People's Patriot Project. This week, their guest, Mr. Mike Byer from Operation Song. He's been around for a while. Operation Song was founded as a charitable program, bring professional songwriters together with veterans and active duty military to help them tell their stories in song.
I've done that.
Have you?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I've done it. Yeah, it was great.
Great.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then their musician for this week is Mr. Steve Wilson. He's been on the show before, and he has some new music and life changes to share. So make sure you guys check it out. The People's Patriot Project, again, they do their
Episode
weekly...
238.
What's that? 238. Episode 238
Yep.
was, for Steve.
Yeah, episode 238.
Okay, cool.
Unless he's just on random episodes.
That could be too. People's Patriot Project, go check them out. Follow them on the old interwebs. You can see them live Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time at the People's Patriot Project on social media or right here on HMG.
Yeah.
Next up, the Decision Hour with yours truly. This week I'm speaking with Gino and Terry, a.k.a. Ranger Johnson. It's a father and son team. They founded Champions for Veterans, and they've also created this new app called the VA Claim Builder app. This is
that's
one
what
that I
we're talking
talked
about.
about
Yeah.
earlier.
That's
Let me
a
tell you
tough
something,
process to
Terry.
get through.
Terry, high energy. He was a Army Ranger, Green Beret, and when he
Nice.
got out, he was just so frustrated with the system, as a lot of us are when we get out and trying to deal with the VA. So he created this and started helping veterans get their VA claims started. His son, who's got a corporate background, saw what the old man was doing, came in, they partnered up, and they are doing just awesome things. And one of the stories that they share, and we share it in the episode, I'll share it here. They talked with a Vietnam veteran and they got him from 0 to 100% in like 3-4 months, and then he passed away like 3 or 4 years later.
Wow.
But when he got his benefits, the wife was able to quit her job and come home and spend those years with him. A
That's
very,
great.
very touching
That's
story.
great.
These guys are doing fantastic work. VA Claim Builder, please go check out that app. And like I said, if you're a veteran or you know a veteran that needs help with their VA claims, please reach out. And you'll hear it this week. Go check out the Decision Hour.
Man, touching stories. Speaking of touching stories, have you seen what's going on with Diddy lately?
He's still alive.
For now, he'll Epstein himself.
Oh, that list is supposed to come out too.
Oh, I know.
We'll get to that in a
All
second.
right, the other side of the firewall.
Yeah, other side of the firewall. You want to go that one?
Yeah, hosts
Go.
discussed a significant data breach involving a school software firm that failed to implement basic cybersecurity measures. That's not good. Particularly multi-factor authentication. They explore the implications of such breaches on children's data, the responsibilities of educational technology companies, and the need for improved cybersecurity practices. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, cybersecurity. Listen, and parents, if you got kids that are still in school, start pushing them toward the cyber side of things. They're playing on their phones and their gadgets anyway.
Yep,
Get them into cyber. That's the future of stuff right now. That is a huge
but
business.
This is a huge problem.
Yeah.
I mean, data breaches involving school software.
Taking all the kids' information.
Taking all multi-factor information on kids.
I tell you what, if my kid was still in school, we'd have a problem there.
Homeschool. That is a great option.
And
those kids are getting recruited on a
daily
heavy
basis. Daily basis.
I mean, my son is literally here on the job, working, making money, hanging out with me, and doing homeschool at the same time.
Mark says weekly debrief every Monday at 4:30. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. That's
Monday
for the People's
at 4:30.
Patriot Project. So he does a debrief on Monday nights
We
as
already
well.
moved past your show, Mark. We're on other shows
Thank you,
now.
Mark. Well, that's all right. We love you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, we got the MSEC podcast, our friends at Military Child Education Coalition. Listen, if you are in the military, active duty, guard, reserve, or veteran, and you have children that are of age that are still in school, this is a great nonprofit organization with a ton of resources. They're based out of Killeen, Texas, but they have chapters all over the world. This week, MSEC Call for the Arts program invites military-connected children from all over the world, representing every branch of service, to share interpretations through art what it means to be in the military-connected child. These kids, I didn't get to go this last summer, but the summer before in 2023, I went to their national conference in D.C., and they brought the kids that won these art projects, and these kids are absolutely amazing. This organization here, often we forget being in the military. We focus so much on the military member,
Right.
and we forget the families.
Right.
More importantly, and I say more importantly, but most often we forget the kids.
Sure. Oh, sure.
And they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They were born into the military. They get into they're born as what have you. So the fact that there's an organization out there that this is just focuses for the kids is great. I love working with this organization. So you can go check them out at militarychild.org.
That's super
Their
cool.
podcast, the MSEC podcast. Go check it out. Last but not least for the week, we got Chasing Happiness, and host Ryan dives into what it means to live a life of purpose, kind of what we were just talking about a little bit ago. Finding purpose as you transition out of the military and stuff like that. Transition out of the military.
Out of the military.
Good morning, exhibitors. The show will be opening in 10 minutes.
Show's going to be opening in 10 minutes,
10
in
minutes,
case
which
you
means
missed that.
we've got 5 minutes left.
So we got about 5 minutes left.
Actually,
so
about
stay tuned.
about 8 minutes, because at the 8-minute mark they do the singing the national anthem
every day here.
every day.
National
So,
anthem.
all right,
so
get
hold on
through
real
that,
quick.
and I'm gonna get to this.
Chasing Happiness.
Yeah.
Ryan talks about life of purpose. We also we tend to chase external possessions and material stuff, new cars, stuff like that. But what's it like to live a life of purpose?
Those are
internally?
temporary issues, man. Like you get something, it's shiny, it's new, you like it for a little while, then you get to have something else. And that's why I have a bunch of cameras, and that's why people buy hundreds of guns. Is because just buying a thing here and there, it's a quick hitter. It's a little dopamine rush.
Real.
And then it's not, and then it doesn't do anything for you after that.
And speaking of dopamine rush, real quick, and then we'll get into
Dopamine
this.
rush.
I got to give shout outs real quick. Shout out first off to my boy Gabe here, man. Appreciate you jumping on, man, and your friendship. Shout out to Digital Trigger. I saw Ben. Ben was here.
I don't know where he went.
He's hiding.
He doesn't do cameras.
Go check out our sponsors from the farm. My Tax. Hey, it's tax season.
Yeah.
You need help. Do your books. My Tax Fella. Go to mytaxfella.com. Forget Genetics. They're down in the archery hall. Go check them out. Jim Neary's live bait and tackle. He's in the fishing hall.
Right.
Warriors on the Water Ltd. They're out there. Fin Tactical. They're walking around the show here. Thanks, guys. The Freedom People. Thank you. JB Auto Clothiers, our sister sponsor, or our sister network at HMG Beverage. And then, of course, I cannot forget From the Farm. I said From the Farms already. We got our new one, Twisted Iron Hunting, and VA Claim Builder. So thank
Does he
you
make
all.
multiple bags?
They got
Dude, I need to
different
go
ones.
check
Yeah,
that
he's
out.
got a whole system, man.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. Before we let you go, Gabe, what do you want to share?
This right here is the Digital Trigger. Let's talk about this real quick. I've got a few minutes. This is a hybrid trigger system for any AR platform. You have a regular trigger, mechanical, safe is safe.
Push it up there more.
Fire is
so
fire. Let me just go ahead and get it in there.
Yeah.
That's a 4.5 pound mil-spec trigger in first position. Now we flip to third position. Boom. System comes on. Now what this is a hybrid trigger with a electronic assist. You now have literally a 14-ounce trigger, safe, still 5-pound springs, safe. And then, but wait, there's more.
No.
But wait, there's more. Now
What?
you have a binary trigger.
But
There you
wait,
go.
when you say binary, I hear
Pull and release. Pull and release.
pull and really. Oh.
I mean, like, that's as fast as you want to go. So just think
That
of
got
like
some of you excited,
your
didn't it?
paintball
Yeah, it
trigger, your your airsoft trigger.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like on a real AR. Any AR.
Really.
Any caliber, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it runs on a 9-volt battery. It's completely waterproof.
And it's legal.
Totally legal.
Totally legal.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
not. It is not a automatic weapon.
It is not. It's a full
So
semi-automatic.
you do not need a special permit for that, or
No,
anything.
no, it's full semi-automatic.
Where can they find it?
Well, right there, digitrigger.com. That's the best spot to find them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great stuff.
or you can call Adam, and then he'll have to call me.
And I'll get you hooked up.
Yeah.
Leave a message if you guys want more information on
They
the
are
Digital
they
Trigger
are
as well.
They are a lot of fun, but they're also very practical because that trigger pull is so smooth with no reset.
Yeah. And I remember the bow tie today. I know some of you were leaving comments about it, and I brought the bow tie out in public. So, anyway, we're getting ready to do the national anthem
Yeah,
here.
we got to
get the show started.
Yep.
Gabe, thanks again, brother, for
bro.
jumping on with me this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Folks, whatever you do this weekend, get out. If you're going to watch the big game on Sunday, be safe. Remember, don't. If you're going to go out, don't drink and drive. There's Ubers, Lyfts, whatever else. Be responsible this weekend.
Yeah.
Remember, protect your mind. Don't believe all the garbage that you see on mainstream media. Do some research yourself on everything that I've talked about today and this stuff. Don't take my word for it or our word for it. Go research and find the stuff yourself. That's all the time that we have today, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
See you.